I've been looking around for salvation. I've been looking around for the truth. All around me I see frustration, and I looked all over till I found you. I sit and listen to your stories, and you're telling me, please don't worry. So lot in this world you should know, and love in life is where you should go. If you're looking for somewhere to go, if you're looking for someone to know, if you're looking for someone to guide you, then love in life will guide you.
Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Well, we're having a few technical issues tonight. Okay, so I hope you can hear me now. Now, for those of you who are watching this on lovinglivetv.com, okay, can you hear me now? Just say one if you can hear me. Okay, cool, you can hear me, great. Now, if you're watching this on lovinglivetv.com, please, if you're having streaming issues, just say issues in the side chat, because I actually have it on lovinglivetv.com, and what I'm seeing is just a black page. So it seems like everybody else is seeing it fine, so it might just be my computer. Let's hope so. Anyway, if anyone has got issues and they're on lovinglivetv.com, please just say so in the side chat. And I'll let, okay, Rudy says nothing wrong. Okay, perfect. All right, first some admin. I have signed up through the website to join the emancipated Boer folk, and I'm very, very happy to have done that. Talking about websites, wow, have a look at Loving Life TV's new homepage, guys. This is gonna blow your socks off. Let me show you. Have a look at that. Do you see what's happening here? Just below the graphic, I talked about a news feed. Well, we now have our own promised news feed that links to all the new videos posted on the new Loving Life TV platform. And seriously, to just go to any one of these videos, all you have to do is hover over that particular video, click it, and you'll be taken directly to that video. Isn't that amazing? So from the home page, right under the graphic, you can literally pick any video that has been put up recently. And I'll just stop that now, but that's where we're going. Isn't that fantastic? I love it. And I just want to say thanks, Rudy. Great job. All right, now let's continue. Tonight we're chatting to Michael Tellinger in a truly South African setting. His region is victim to, guess what? Load shedding. So we will be having a fireside chat with just the flames being the lights. So the lighting might not be perfect tonight, but the audio should be good. Before I get Michael on, let me play you a short video to introduce you to the concept of one small town and Ubuntu. Okay, here we go.
Are you happy with the way the world is going? Do you think we need a new plan? Are you happy working like a slave just to make ends meet, or do you believe there's a better way? A new social structure in which we can work together instead of fighting each other, to free us from the economic slavery imposed on every single one of us today. Well, you're not alone. There are billions like you who know there must be a better way. There is hope. There is a plan. Something completely new. We are creating a new alternative, a new reality, a new social structure, without the need for any violence, any resistance, opposition, or conflict. Every day, millions of people wake up to realize that we become enslaved by the system imposed on us. When we are born, we enter this world free of any agreements, contracts, or obligations. But in time we realize that there are endless rules and regulations imposed on us, laws and rules that we did not agree to. We can't travel freely, we need passports and ID documents, and we have to work to earn this thing called money, whether we like it or not. This is not freedom, this is pure slavery. From the first breath we take to the last breath we breathe out, there is always some invisible authority keeping us under control, telling us what we can and cannot do. This is not the life we imagine for ourselves. This is not the kind of world we belong in. All of us know that there must be a better way, and every one of us wants to be free. But very few of us know what to do and where to turn. Welcome to the world of Ubuntu, where we are laying the foundations for a new social structure. More often than not, the solutions are right in front of our eyes, and the simplest solutions are always the most effective. Our plan is so simple, we cannot screw it up. We are turning our crazy world around, creating a world of abundance and prosperity that very few of us can imagine in this insane world we are trapped in. By turning competition and conflict into collaboration and cooperation, starting with our small towns and villages, where people still live close to the earth, close to the land and to nature, creating communities of abundance where people live in harmony and support of each other, rather than divided in fear of each other, where everyone's talents and skills are used to enhance their lives and to benefit the whole community. A world where everything we imagine is possible, because we are doing it for ourselves and for each other. A world where we can create, build, grow, invent and implement anything we desire, because the obstacles to progress have been removed from our society. A world in which every child that is born can grow to their full potential, not confined by the restrictions imposed on us today. A world where the tools of control that restrict all aspects of our lives have been removed. A new social structure, a true utopian world in which the need for money will rapidly fade away. Welcome to the world of Ubuntu and contributionism, where everything we ever imagined is possible. And it all begins with one small town. So, which will be the first town to start the domino effect? Just one small town that'll change the world. Why not yours?
Okay, there you go, guys. That's a bit of an intro into one small town. Now, one thing I forgot to ask you, which I'm just going to run past the Loving Life family now, is a selection of colour for the news feed. I have my own preference, but I'd like to get feedback from you guys while we're here live. Let's go back to that page again. Okay, Rudy, if you can just take a note of the answers here. The current color is green. If you like green as the news feed color there, just type 1. If you prefer a color like gold, which I do, type 2, or light red, type 3. So we can actually select the color for this news feed here. Alrighty, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to now get our guest on. Here we go. Marlena, can you let Michael know that we're trying to contact him? Just find out if he's got internet. I know he's got problems with the load shedding. All right, so I think looking at the answers we've got here, it's somewhere between 1 and 2. So that's between green and gold. All right. Yeah, no, light blue would not be good. Yeah. I think really, can we just try yellow and just see how that looks? You know, give it a few hours, people to have a look at it, and then we can make a decision on yellow or green. Yeah, green was 1, gold was 2, Fiona. Not yellow, Manuel, gold. Gold, gold, gold. It's like the color of when I type. Okay, I'll just chuck that in here. This is the color. Okay. So it's not yellow as such, it's like a goldy color. I think that'll go well with blue. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Rudy. All right, let me pull that up on the screen. We're just trying to get hold of Michael Tellinger, and I'm leaving that with Marlena. Hi, Nat. How are you? Good to see you here. Okay, let me get that up again and have a look. Okay. It's still green at the moment, but that's cool. Thank you, Fee. Fee says gold is the color of Scott's heart. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Wow, yellow with purple. Now we're starting to sound like the Rainbow Nation boulders and steel. At least it's not... I'm not going to go there. I nearly said something that would have got me... have this video knocked down by guess who. Okay, let me just try Michael again, see if he's managed to get his internet happening. Here we go. We'll keep on trying. We'll keep on trying. I know Marlena's in direct contact with Michael. Okay, let me just see if this has changed color yet. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I know which one I prefer, but okay, that's what it looks like now, guys. That's more mustard than gold, but I think that's easier to read than the green. We can obviously refine the color, but look, okay, if you prefer the current color that you see on the screen, just type 1. If you don't like it, if you prefer the green, type 2. Let's see what we come up with. And remember, to access any of these articles, all you literally have to do is just hover your mouse over the text, click on it, and it'll take you straight to the video. Yeah, we can actually refine the yellow color a bit, Bruce, but I do think that's easier to read than the green. Yeah, I think overwhelmingly, Rudy, it's yellow for the news feed on lovinglifetv.com. Just once again, just to show you how easy this is to work, you just come to the homepage at lovinglifetv.com and you just click on an article that you want to go and visit, like let's say Pan-African Parliament collapses into chaos in South Africa. And I stop that just by putting my mouse over the article. I just click on that, and it takes me straight to the article. Isn't that amazing?
Goeiedag. Good.
Wow. Hasn't lovinglifetv.com come a long way? All right, let's see if we can get hold of Michael now. Marlena, did you get hold of him? Did you get hold of Michael Tellinger? Let's just try again. Okay, Michael Tellinger did not respond to the call. I wonder if this is the load shedding. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, is because this is such an interesting subject that, or philosophy that Michael has actually brought in, I'm going to play you one of his videos about Ubuntu, because it's a very, very interesting concept. And I've actually watched this video earlier before we actually went live. So we'll play this, and hopefully by the time we've played it, Michael will be back with us. Okay, let me just call up Ubuntu. Okay. We might go with this one here, I think. Here we go.
Hi, this is Michael Tillinger. I'm in Austin, Texas with my friend Travis Duncan. Many of you may know Travis from running for mayor in Austin, Texas in 2018. And we spent the last few days, actually more than a week together. Travis came to Miami as well, and we've been brainstorming about how to keep expanding and the knowledge and the information and the message of Ubuntu and contributionism here in the United States. And then the plan of action. What do we ask and advise our Ubuntu supporters and the Ubuntu followers and members to do? What should you do as an Ubuntu member and supporter? So that's what this video is all about. And to inspire those that have joined just recently, who are new to the Ubuntu movement, and those that have been with us for all these years, since 2005 already. Many people have been with me for a long, long time on this journey of discovery. The big question on everyone's minds is when they join us now is, what shall I do? What can I do to help and to spread the message? So that's what this video is all about.
Yes, and we invite you to consider the possibility that now is the time for action, and that by you stepping up as somebody who already believes in the Ubuntu movement, and maybe you might not have had clarity before on what exactly the opportunities are available to us. We've learned so much through the campaign just recently, and then also there's some new tools and updates and strategies that you can employ in your community.
So I'd like to add to that, as Travis mentioned, is that we've all learned so much over the years, and Travis himself has learned unimaginable amount experience, walking the talk, running for mayor of the capital of Texas. That's a major deal. And not only that, he's going to run again in 2022.
Yep.
So this is just a platform for many great things to come. And the Ubuntu movement and the message is spreading around the world rapidly, faster than ever. What are we going to do from this moment on forward? So here are the steps. First of all, join the Ubuntu movement. Go online, go on to ubuntuplanet.org, sign up. Make a monthly contribution if you can. As soon as we get more funding and more participation, we'll be able to actually recreate and set up a central office that will have very effective communication. But until then, we are reaching out to you to be that seed of consciousness and the activator yourself that'll spread this message.
And one of the things that I've experienced personally, and I know you've experienced on a much grander level, is that the people who are Ubuntu supporters, many of them come to the meetings without a very in-depth knowledge of how contributionism actually can function. And so part of the first step that you do as becoming a member is to get detailed, familiarized with the book.
Yes.
You read all in detail, and then form a meetup group in your community. Start communicating with people in your community about Ubuntu, about contributionism, and start to explore all the type of scenarios in your town, in your community. Practically, how would contributionism be a vessel through this issue, this problem, this scenario? What challenges do we face? And start to really wrap your head around all of the scenarios. So familiarizing yourself with how this actually functions in a practical way is a very important part of that first step.
So let's recap. Join the Ubuntu movement, go online, ubuntuplanet.org. Sign up as a member. You can sign up as a non-contributing member or a contributing member. Then get the book. Go online, download the ebook or order the physical book. Read the Ubuntu book. Don't think you know what it's about. Read the book so you really know. What Travis said is many people come to these meetings and the meetup groups thinking they know what Ubuntu and contributionism are all about without having even read the book. So please be a responsible member. Go and do the work from your side. So when you engage with others, you're engaging and talking from the same level of knowledge and comprehension of what it is that we're dealing with. Having the same foundational and background knowledge about how Ubuntu and contributionism evolved into the movement that it is today, the knowledge of the origins of money, which is critical, a deeper understanding and comprehension of how the financial systems work, the banks work, the money markets, all that, so that when you talk to other Ubuntu members, there's no misconception. You know that they know what you know, right? So it's critical that you read the book. So to recap, become a member, read the Ubuntu book, familiarize yourself with as much as you can, read as much as you can on the Ubuntu Planet website, and learn all about the One Small Town strategy. Read the manifesto online, read the letter to the mayor, watch the One Small Town video many times over if you need to, so it totally and utterly resonates with you, and become completely comfortable with the plan of action of how the One Small Town can be introduced and how you can play a role of introducing that philosophy to your town and your community through the meetup groups that we'll talk about much more.
And so implementing the One Small Town strategy comes in two main avenues initially. So the first avenue is by introducing this vision to your mayor currently.
Right. So before you can introduce the One Small Town strategy to your mayor, you obviously need to know what it's all about. And it's really very simple. I spent a long time structuring this letter. I think it's 6 pages, very simple, point by point, what the mayor can do to turn his or her town around into a place of prosperity and abundance. It really is a no-brainer. When you read this letter, you will know exactly, you will think the thoughts that the mayor will be thinking when he or she reads that letter. And you realize that not once do we ask the mayor for any money. In fact, we tell the mayor that we will bring an alternative source of electricity, which we now have, and we'll talk more about that. We now have a final and a workable solution for an alternative source of electricity. This is no longer a maybe or still in development, it is there. So the moment the mayor agrees to go ahead with the One Small Town strategy, we will deliver that source of electricity. So you no longer have to worry about that. This is a given. So read that letter to the mayor, know how simple it is, that the mayor doesn't need anything. The mayor doesn't need any money, doesn't need to know how to generate electricity, doesn't need to know anything except the will to start the process and become the face and the voice of the One Small Town implementation strategy.
And to clarify again, there's nothing that will be taken from the town. There's nothing that will be mandated for the town. There's no control from South Africa or from Washington, D.C. or anywhere except the people in the town. What the energy provides is the jumping place for everything else to become possible.
It's a platform. It's the platform from which everything is possible. Everything in our lives needs electricity. Whether you want to bake bread, whether you want to make cheese, or whether you want to run lights to make a video, or we need electricity for everything in our lives. So the source of electricity that belongs to the people of the town becomes a foundation, or what I've been calling the tool of unification, to unite the people. That's how simple it is. And it's not enforced on anyone, it's a voluntary process, but the electricity becomes the foundation, the springboard to start creating this place of abundance and prosperity.
In fact, like he said, the mayor could unilaterally bring a new source of electricity to the town at a lower cost and will already be implementing a solution.
Yes.
Because it's clean, renewable, green, efficient electricity. So practically, there's a grounded solution that is already at the tip of everyone's consciousness right now. People are already thinking about this, even if they're not philosophically aligned with Ubuntu already. It's irrelevant because the energy provides the space and the clearing for that to emerge. So if you are interested in becoming an ambassador, we want to make sure that you are completely confident, that you know exactly what resources are available, that you can speak in detail to your mayor, and then I will work with you in the USA as a coordinator to help you become a successful, effective ambassador for this movement. And what the ambassador does, you just call every town within 100-mile radius of where you live, and we just make connections. So if you're interested in joining and becoming an ambassador, my email is going to be listed on this screen and it will be in the link below. Please email me with the subject line, say, I want to be an Ubuntu ambassador.
And this is for the USA, because Travis is in the USA, obviously. So until we find other people in other countries that are prepared to manage this from an email-based perspective, which is not an easy thing to do. It is an overwhelming and a time-consuming thing to do. And this is why we need constant flow of funding for the Ubuntu office, so we can fund all these things and help Travis manage this here in the USA himself. So,
and to clarify, the constant flow of funding is not a contradiction to the Ubuntu end goal. This is a constant point of confusion.
Yes.
Let's remember that we're using the tools of enslavement as tools of liberation. And when you really pause and you breathe and you embrace what that means, it's a very powerful concept. And if you think about that, how it applies to every aspect of our activities for liberation, we're using the tools of enslavement as tools of liberation.
It is possibly the most beautiful and radical, poetic piece of justice that have ever bestowed humanity. What all the things that were destroying us, money, the greed of capitalism, the pyramid structure of control, the legal systems, everything that is thrown at us to control us and keep us under control and keep us in scarcity, we've taken that and actually turning it around and using that so that we use that energy for the benefit of our communities. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So keep that in mind. We're not creating alternative communities without any money. We're doing the opposite. We're creating communities that are going to be so successful and so rich in money and cash that they won't know what to do with the money. And yet within those communities, in those one small towns that we are setting up here, people won't have to use money, because everything we create for ourselves, from growing food to technology to healthcare, all these things will be available freely to everyone who contributes their time, their 3 hours a week. At the moment, the philosophy is 3 hours a week contribution from everyone. For those of you that know the Ubuntu movement, should be familiar with that. And that's a very easy ask, because everyone has 3 hours a week available.
And so if you are an ambassador and you go through this process and the mayors or the council people or the commissioners are not ready and at the consciousness to implement this, then the next stage, step 3, is then run for mayor yourself.
Or find somebody that is ready to run for mayor. And this is where the meetup groups become so important. And this is what we recommend as one of the steps to do. Start a meetup group in your area so you can share this philosophy and this information with many other people who feel the same way that you do. There are thousands of people, there are millions of people. Majority of the people of the world know that the system is broken. Majority of the people want a new social structure and a new system, but they don't know what to do. So you'll be the messenger of good news by starting up a meetup group. Invite people to your home to start talking about new alternatives, new possibilities. Don't make it a heavy thing where these meetup groups get heavy and talk about conspiracies and all that. No, this is about getting together and having a good time, having a fun time, having a barbecue and have some wine or beer and talk about solutions. Don't get caught up in the dark and negative stuff, because people somehow seem to get stuck in that all the time. Where the Ubuntu movement is all about providing solutions and getting out of that mentality of being stuck in the old paradigm.
A lot of what this brings up when we talk about this is the deep embedded trauma in our DNA and in our lived experience in this lifetime.
Absolutely.
And that oftentimes gets purged in sometimes these meetings, these groups. The fear emerges. And so that's another indicator of us why focusing on uplifting each other, encouraging each other, and actually doing actions that will result in economic liberation will provide the space for the real deep healing to occur. So the economic liberation comes before a lot of this deep healing can happen, and will happen during the process of us liberating ourselves. So I can tell you from personal experience that running a campaign, that declaring out into the world what our intentions are, and by saying we believe in you, we believe in people, and we have a strategy and a solution for the challenges that we face in this reality, it attracts a tribe of people who support, who are ready to build. By running our campaign in 2018, we are more prepared for 2022 and 2026 and 2030 and beyond that, expanding into the region and across the whole world. So running a campaign is extremely powerful. Again, if you are interested in being an ambassador or running a campaign yourself, email me. And I'm prepared to be overwhelmed by email. Please be patient with my response.
Only from the USA, however. Please
Only
don't
from the
email
USA.
Travis from Italy or Germany or Australia. Only people in the USA that want to become an ambassador for the One Small Town strategy. I also want to just clarify one thing. People might think, oh, you're getting involved in politics. No, we're getting involved in politics on a local level, on a town level. We tried the politics at a national level. We tried it in South Africa, in Australia, in the UK. Almost tried it in Canada and almost tried it in the USA, and that's when we realized, after 13 years of getting involved in politics with the Ubuntu movement, I realized that it's a confrontational opposition type tactic, and we realized that we can't do that. We cannot inject a seed of consciousness into the political beast, get a seat in the parliament and think we can change things from up there. It's not going to happen. Where we can change things is at the ground level, where people live in small towns. We can change and affect small groups of people in small towns much more effectively and much quicker than countries and large cities. So this is really important. To run for mayor is literally using the tools of enslavement as tools of liberation. This is where we really infiltrate the political beast and use the tools of enslavement as tools of liberation.
All right, so to recap, we have some very simple steps.
Right. First of all, go online, join the Ubuntu movement. Sign up, either as a contributing member or just as a non-contributing member. Read the book, download the book, buy the book so that you can help support the office. Make sure you read the book. Then start a meetup group. Invite people to your home. If you want to become an ambassador for the Ubuntu and the One Small Town message, start a meetup group so you can invite people who want to share, who are scared of being ridiculed and laughed at because of their outlandish ideas of a better world. Invite them to your place. Have a once a week or a once a month meetup group to share new ideas. Start spreading and learning about the One Small Town strategy. Learn and read as much as you can.
So email me if you want to become an ambassador for the program, and email me if you're ready to run for mayor yourself. So with that, we'll say thank you, sign off, and you can do this.
So thank you for watching. I hope you get as much out of this as you possibly can. Don't be afraid. Sign up, join us, and become a seat of consciousness in your area.
Okay, guys, there you go. That's just a bit of an outline on the One Small Town concept. And I noticed in the side chat a lot of discussion about whether it's tied up with the New World Order and all this sort of stuff. Well, it's a pity we couldn't get Michael on, because it is a controversial subject. It's an interesting subject, but if you look at what the state of the municipalities in South Africa today, one has to look at those municipalities or the people within them somehow becoming independent of all the corruption that goes on within the councillors, etc., etc. I'm going to try I'm going to try Michael again, see if I can get through. If we can't get through, we might wind up this live stream shortly, because I've come here to talk to Michael. And let's just try and see what happens. Here we go. Yeah, I think load shedding has got to him, guys, unfortunately. But we saw the video on One Small Town, and that gives you a bit of an idea about what it's all about. Tokolosh says Michael is scared of the tough questions. Yeah, all right. Clearly the load shedding has impacted his ability to join us tonight. So, look, I'll leave the side chat open for a while so people can chat, and have a great evening. And I do apologize, I guess couldn't make it tonight, but these things happen when you got load shedding. Take care, guys, and bye for now.